guy who designed the building.
Desk, like the box on it? The desk will be like here.
Sides. You can put it that way and all the seats go in here. They're thinking 180 for theater.
Anything about this?
Well, the best part about Lee Street is just it's going to be a win-win situation. Like most good things in Salisbury, it's going to be a win-win situation.
Based on the middle views, they will be under construction down when they break ground. I mean, that's cool.
Say art! Art rocks!
I spent a lot of time here with my grandparents. Exactly.
Started. Wow, thank you guys so much. I mean, I know we invited a lot of people, and this is, I guess, just another testament to the power of Facebook. But thank you guys for coming. I'm going to step off and let Rick get things started.
Wow, thank everybody for being here today. This is really humbling for our little theater to have such support from the community. The first people I'd really like to thank are Robert Jones and Cindy Graham. It was truly their artistic vision that, Salisbury could do more than musicals. We could, things we didn't have to go to Charlotte to see these things or to Winston to see these things. We could do those things here. And we had a lot of support from, I'm a Catawba graduate, very proudly so. Mr. Dion's a Catawba graduate. Dr. Jim Epperson, Missy Barnes, look around, I see all these great Catawba graduates who are once again supporting the arts here in Salisbury. And so many of people came to Salisbury and stayed, and some of us were just lucky enough to always be here and never want to leave. So let me turn everything over to Mr. Dion, and he will let you go, tell you what's going on. You can, we've actually broken ground in your honor for coming today, and to make it easier to read the blueprint. So, Mr. Dion.
All right. First of all, I gotta say thanks a lot for Rick for everything he's done for us so far. I really couldn't have asked for a better capital campaign chair. I still say that's one of the smartest decisions I think I've made so far since we've been on doing this. So we really appreciate Rick and everything he's been doing. I'll kind of make this as quick as I can. First, I really want to thank all you guys for coming. This means so much to us. As an organization, I think us as a community of Salisbury, and personally, it means a lot to me. You gotta, something like this is really a big dream. It's a big personal dream and a big dream as a member of a community and being from here as well. So it really means a lot that all you guys are here. I want to make sure to recognize some great people we have here. We have Mayor Paul Woodson here. And I think we also have Karen Alexander from City Council. I don't think I missed any other City Council members. Yes, there's Karen. Also have Randy Heeman from downtown Salisbury and some DSI board members here. We really appreciate them. Want to make sure to recognize and appreciate Brian Lewis, President Brian Lewis from Catawba coming out. Catawba grads right here. Catawba grads doing things. There's my professor, Beth Homan, out here. Also want to thank the tourism board staff and James Meacham and all of them for coming. Want to thank Amanda Clark from North Carolina Theater Conference for coming all the way down from Raleigh. Came all the way from Raleigh. We want to make sure to also thank the Kettners who were so gracious to even really let us even come to them with this idea. And they've been great. We really appreciate everything that they have done and for this area. We want to make sure to recognize and appreciate Mr. Edward Norville, who a lot of people may not realize, but Edward thought about this area to be a district, an arts district, before anybody else did. So we really appreciate his vision in that. I have to thank, and I don't know if I see him anywhere, but I got to thank my mama. Right over there. My real mama, too, behind you, Marianne. Want to thank all of our donors and people who've pledged so far to this campaign. Want to thank all of our board members from Lee Street. And actually, I want to go ahead and kind of call some people up. If I can get my Lee Street board members up here with me. We're going to kind of stand over here. Any of my Lee Street board members over here kind of stand on my right. We're going to start setting up the picture. Everyone kind of hug over here to the right. You might have to stand in front of the pictures. And then I also want to make sure I get my capital campaign committee members, any of my other capital campaign members that are here, Miss Betty Mickle, Matthew Brown. Who else is around here? Any other committee members that aren't up here? Okay. Also, we want to make sure to acknowledge and thank our friends at St. Thomas Players from Center of Faith and the Arts, Jennifer Hubbard and Claudia Gallup. Have them come up, representing St. Thomas Players. If you guys didn't already know, St. Thomas Players, this is going to be their home too. So it's very important that we all make sure that we show the solidarity here. Also want to recognize and thank. Let me ask our architect, John Palmer. John, where's John at? John right here. John's our architect. And our contractor, Alfred Wilson. Mr. Alfred Wilson, we're going to have him come up and stand with us. Again, I just want to say that obviously you guys are here. We've started some construction. And we are on our way to doing more. This is our groundbreaking, obviously, but it's still important for us to mention that we are still in the thick of our capital campaign. We are nowhere near done. And it is important that we want to say that we appreciate all of you being here and supporting us and supporting this company and this dream. And we ask that you keep supporting us, whether it be come to see shows or if anyone would be interested in pledging or knows anyone that could pledge. We are still very much raising money and moving forward on this project. And we are working very hard to really spread out and do what we say this project is, which is expanding Salisbury's artistic vision. And also, I want to make sure that we mention that I hope that all of you here are planning to come next week to see Love, Loss, and What I Wore, our production, which performs next week over at the Looking Glass Artist Center. Also, we're hard at work planning next season, and we're already working on and booking people to come in for the first ever winter concert series that we will have here next year as well. So keep an eye out, not just for obviously what's happening here in this building, but what Lee Street Theater and St. Thomas Players both are doing, and Piedmont Players and everybody else. We want to really make sure that we all, the fact that everyone's here is great for our community as a whole, an artistic community as a whole. So we really like encouraging and pushing that. So now I'm going to back off the mic, and I'm going to introduce Robert Jones and Cindy Graham. Without them, none of this would be here at all. So Robert Jones, president of the board.
They told me I had to come in under 3 minutes, but I don't think that's going to happen. So if you want to do the old Jaws theme after a little while, that's fine with me. The other day I was reading stories to a bunch of 4 and 5 years old, and I read them. Dr. Seuss's The Glunk That Got Thunk. Who would have thunk we were going to be here right now? 5 years, before I say that, I want to just say I was really lucky that I had parents that exposed me to art as a small child. I got taken to plays when I was a little kid, and it was always just so magical to me, just like it is still magical to me today. And used to go see Al Wilson's. If you remember Salisbury a long time ago, his father's probably put on productions that have never been done again like they were done back then. And that was just always, like I said, magical to me. And so I've always enjoyed going to see live art. I mean, I love the movies and I love listening to music, but there's nothing I love better than see it live. And I never really did until Claudia needed 12 Angry Men. And she assured me I wouldn't have many more lines, and so that's how I kind of got involved with theater, got on the board with St. Thomas, and then we got a phone call about a possibility of doing a thing over there, and we gathered some people in my living room, a lot of them that are standing around here right now, and the idea that we had was that we wanted to do different things. We wanted to do 10 minutes and one acts and comedy, and we had dancing. And so the very first thing that we did was an unforgettable performance by Claudia Gallup and Brian Roman. And we did the Rothko Room, and people wept. I'm telling you, they wept. And I knew at that time that we had something good going on. And another quick note is we almost didn't even have it because we couldn't come up to a name until Carrie Poole said, "Why don't you call it Lee Street Theater?" And it was like, duh. So, you know, that first year we struggled, but we got through it because everybody was real generous. Jim Epperson directed a play for us. Tammy Casper did a dance thing for us. We did a 10-minute things. We needed actors so bad they cast me as a 17-year-old. 17 years old. Anyway, so Cindy and I and the other people, we persevered through the years, and then this young man right over here who I needed to be in a play, and he didn't know me from a hill of beans. And I said, Justin, I need you to do a play for me. And he said, no. I said, Bethany Sennett's going to be in it. He said, okay, I'll do it. So that's how we hooked Justin. And before he went to New York, I used to kid him. I used to say, I got a theater for you to run. And so see how things happen. So anyway, it was tough. We had our moments. There were times when I didn't want to come down there, but I tell you what, every time those actors or singers got on stage, it made it worthwhile. And you just sit there and smile because this town has got some of the most unbelievable talent in it. You don't have to go away to see it. It's right here in this town. And so, as Lee Piper said, it's all here. You just got to turn over the right rock. Anyway, so this is just going to be another venue for people to do things, to see some incredible talent because, you know, churches are important and government's important and all the other aspects of society are important, but I think the most important thing to make a society better is live art. And so that's why I think that's one of the things I'm most proud of. And so I hope we'll get this thing built. And I also want to thank Bill Green because he had the vision and Justin had the vision to do this. We didn't have it. And so anyway, Cindy's been a part of this. I've been more of the face of this, but Cindy's probably actually done more work than I have. And let me tell you, she can pinch a penny. So she worked real hard, and we all worked real hard, but now we've got it in some really super capable, finally, we got it in somebody that knows what they're doing. We never knew what we were doing. So anyway, I just want to say one more thing. During the course of the 4 years before Justin came on board, like I said, there were times when it was really tough. And I used to always say, what would Lou Murphy say to me? I'm not trying to, but somewhere Lou Murphy is smiling down on us for the people in Salisbury that know her. Because I still say to this day, no offense to all the other entertainers, the best show we ever did was The Pecan Tree, directed by Jim Epperson right there, and Lou Murphy and Gary Thornberger is in it, and it was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. So thank you, and thank Lou Murphy, and thank Betty, and thank just everybody. Appreciate it.
All right, we're going to ask Mayor Paul Woodson, to come up real quick and say just a few words.
Robert, I don't think you look a day over 20. I'm real thrilled to be here as a mayor, and our city council, Karen Alexander, is with us, and the vision that Justin and the board and everybody has for this theater is wonderful. You know, Lee Street, remember this 5 or 6 years ago, how bad this street was? And we got in this private and public partnership, and the Kettners came up with it, you know, and Paul Fisher came up with these ideas. Let's try to fix up the street. Let's try to get us all going. And I just rode up a few minutes ago and what a beautiful street this is, and the rail walk out back. And the vision for the city is unbelievable. You know, our city has just improved so much. My wife and I came here 26 years ago, and I can't believe the changes we've had in this city. Got people calling now. I mean, people are calling saying, Mayor, we're looking at your town. It's very exciting right now. We're doing some positive things. And I think we've got some energy going with the south end and now this end, the things that we've done on the north end and the south end's coming now. And so I'm really excited. Is Janet Gapin here? I don't mean Janet, Lynn Raker. Is Lynn Raker here? Because I know Lynn had so much to do with, Joe Morris is here. I know Joe and Lynn Raker had so much to do with Lee Street. See Glenn Kettner here. Is John here today? John, thanks for your vision in here. It's going to be a beautiful theater. I'm real proud as the mayor, the city council is. We wish you the best of luck, and and hope this thing gets open as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thanks, Mayor. Appreciate it. All right, Al, if you can bring me the jackhammer. You bring me the jackhammer. You gonna unplug it, bring it up. All right, we're just gonna pose for a picture real quick with everybody here. Mayor, if you want to come up with us, Matthew and Betty as well. You as the committee and Miss Alexander, you want to come up as well. Do a picture, and then then if anyone wants to, we can actually break some ground.
I don't think I want to use this.
We can stand beside the mayor.
Sandy, you know you want to grab that stand.
Everybody ready? All right, Jason first right here. All right, want to make some noise? All right, everybody, we're gonna make a little noise real quick.
I want to say, and I mentioned, this young man's got so much talent, so much enthusiasm. We're gonna make a little noise real quick, but afterwards, anybody that wants to stay, I mean, I understand people got things to do, but if you want to stay, we'll kind of just do a little walkthrough tour, and you can see what we're planning on doing, and we'll talk to you about it. If you gotta leave, thank you so much for coming. It means so much. Thank you, Justin.
I'll do it.